Israel is one of the powerful armies in the world, and they're fighting. There is no army on the other side, and you go there with the military plane and fort instead of standing up for peace. I find that not acceptable, and this is why I resigned. The argument Israelis use is Hamas are terrorists. Well, look, first of all, just remember your own history. There are so many of your own leaders were defined as terrorists. I was born in Pakistan, came here as an adopted person, young person. I went to secondary school, left school with no qualification. My first job was a laborer in a cotton mill. And from there, I realized actually how important it is education. So I went back into education work. So I've done lots of different jobs, including work in the police. And from there, I did law. Being a first Muslim Lord Mayor, I thought it was incredible for the whole city. As someone who came here from outside and then to be the first citizen. It's a powerful statement also for the city and also for the Muslim community. All of us have lots of layers in who we are. You know, so I am a Pakistani, I am a male, I am a Muslim. I've never hidden who I am, and I don't think anybody should. You should be proud of who you are, and faith, broadly speaking, is actually something very positive. Back to the faith, I realize actually how deep and how powerful it is, and how it can actually shape you to be a very positive individual who can make a difference in the world. As a politician, be sitting in the national parliament, you are legislating, and those legislations are going to have an effect on those people out in the society. I've been a long-standing, actually, supporter of Palestinian cause. In the European Parliament itself, I was involved with passing a motion which is pushed for the European countries to recognize Palestine. Because I think fundamentally there is injustice in what is happening with the Palestinian people. You have a Palestinian people. From that comes Israel. The world can recognize Israel, and yet you don't recognize Palestine. So I think that's unfair. Secondly, I think we've seen how there's been a systematic encroachment of the Palestinian land. So every time we turn around, look back, more of the Palestinian land is gone, and it's Israel which is taking it. You know, how is it possible that from any Israeli person who can be a citizen who lives anywhere in the world with a Jewish faith, but those Palestinians are treated as a third-class citizens there? You know, they operate a three-layer system where if you're a Jewish Israeli, it's one system, and then if you are an Arab Israeli, it's another 30 or so discriminatory laws in there. And then if you happen to be an occupied part, then it's completely different. What the Israeli government has done is appalling. We haven't got a clue how many Hamas people they've actually killed. They're not even saying anything on that, which is supposed to be the target. So this attacking the schools, attacking the hospitals, attacking the press people, attacking the UN people, all that is a collective punishment. It's never been done like this anywhere else in any war at this scale in such a short time. And then all the humanitarian rules that apply to war, I think Israel has crossed all the red lines. And yet you see many Western countries, sadly the Tory government in here as well, and the Americans, they are supplying them with this. But when you compare that to their behavior in Ukraine, it's totally opposite. I think the good point ultimately is the Labour Party and the leadership are moving in the right direction. They were there already with a long pause, which I acknowledge that. I think in a way that may be the way forward, the long pause leading to a ceasefire, leading on then to the resolution of this dispute. Because my deepest fear and concern actually is that though this war stops, nothing happens. I think that just would be a tragedy, because we've seen how many times before, at least 5-6 times in Gaza. Every 2-3 years there's been wars in the last 15 odd years. So if this cycle of violence continues, how is that right? I think because of the sheer scale of this violence and how it has sort of mobilized the world as well, we owe it now to the Palestinian people that we don't go back to this cold store, this dispute, but actually get it resolved. And that's what I want to see now.